And I remember the first time I climbed out of the APACHE, I felt like I was stepping on the moon.
And you're breathing all that stuff and you're in those oil well fires. It was just devastating.
It's either kill or be killed. After the first couple of rounds come zinging by you, you get pretty motivated.
What Saddam Hussein did on August 2nd, he invaded Kuwait. Little bitty area, about 97 miles across the furthest point from way up north to southwest. But in that area is like a quarter of all the known oil reserves of the world between Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait. And so what Saddam wanted to do was take that country to help him pay for his 9-year war that he had with Iran. But George Bush Sr. formed a coalition of 43 countries to tell him to get out of there. If he wouldn't go peacefully, we're going to have a war.
They invaded Kuwait. They were told to leave Kuwait, and they did not leave by the deadline, so, you know, they had to be dealt with. I was in the 82nd Airborne Division at the time. We got called up. My unit was on what we call Division Ready Force 1. You have a unit that's ready to go anywhere in the world in 18 hours or less. We went to Kuwait City, and then we were in a location called Al-Jubail, just on the outside of Iraq before the actual ground war started.
It was called a 100-hour war. It lasted just 4 days. We decimated their total Republican Guard and all their tanks and all their stuff. It was just totally destroyed.
And then when the war kicked off, you know, things happened really fast. You know, we did a lot of movement at night. It was foggy, smoky because of the oil well fires.
Saddam wanted to pillage and wreck the country. He would just put explosives on them and fuel, and they started burning, and once they started burning, they wouldn't quit. It was really horrendous. And he also dumped a couple of the oil wells into the Persian Gulf to pollute that, and we've seen pictures of the birds and everything all covered with oil. The helicopters could not operate successfully with all the smoke, and when you got up there, the sky was just black. It was a big heavy haze.
It's hard to see out of the APACHE. We just all naturally, so we're flying in formation but sideways, and that way I could just look out the side.
As we were advancing, we had to take out tanks that were buried in the ground. The Iraqis set them up like pillboxes. 9 times out of 10, we would call in an airstrike on that vehicle. Most of the time, after the airstrike, most of the folks ended up giving up. We advanced rather rapidly, a lot faster than was anticipated. A lot of the Iraqi folks that we came in contact with, they were forced to be out there by Saddam Hussein's regular army folks. Once the ceasefire happened, we did not have to advance anymore. We were just dealing with the prisoners that we had taken. In my opinion, I think we should have gone into Baghdad and taken Saddam Hussein out of power because as we were redeploying, I had made a comment to a friend of mine, we're going to be back over here in about 15 or 20 years.